Welcome to the evolution of art supplies. My name is Michaela Westra. I'm here to show you how we all look to the past for inspiration and how we can turn history into practice. Let's go ahead and look all the way back to the earliest form of art. Would you believe me if I said it was graffiti? Let's look all the way back to 3 million years ago, all the way back to the Stone Age. This is prehistory. And when I say prehistory, that is before written history, before textbooks, before the oldest book that we have. And we're going to talk about cave paintings. Cave paintings are the oldest form of art that we have today. For cave paintings, we are able to see figures and animals painted on the wall. And how did they do this? They had very little at their disposal. They were able to turn burnt wood into charcoal, add either water or sap or saliva, and turn it into paint that they were able to apply onto a wall. Now, when I say a wall, I mean a cave wall. And this is because they didn't have anything else back then. Now, when I say art supplies, I mean pigments, stones, and bones. Now, these pigments were also coming from clay. They were able to form this clay into a solid shape that they could be used as basically crayons to draw on the wall. Another form of applying these paints was basically spray painting, just like graffiti. They were able to take these pigments that they found, put them in their mouth, and spray them through a reed or a hollow bone to create an airbrush effect on the wall. They would use this airbrushing effect and have stencils to create perfect forms. They would use cut out animal skin to have a repeating form across the wall, and they would use their hand as a form of signature or a way to show that they were there in the process. Now, I compared cave painting to graffiti, and today we see graffiti as something that we put on the wall illegally. I think of it as a different form of mural painting. Now, murals are wonderful works of art put on a wall or a cave, and we remember them as mosaics, paintings, frescoes. Graffiti is just another form of a mural. Graffiti, we see it as spray painting. It's an urban-themed art. It's all about culture and the people, and it's usually simple and graphic. And that's very similar to cave painting, where they have these wonderfully simple outlines and silhouettes of creatures and people, and we are able to identify exactly what they are with their very simple structure that they've put on the wall there. Let's take a look at an actual cave painting. Let's go to France and look at the Lascaux caves. These are one of the most famous cave paintings that we know of today. Now, in these caves, you're able to see wonderful pictures of bison and bears and deers and cows and horses, all of these animals. And this shows that this is their everyday life. They see these animals all the time. That is because they're hunters. Their everyday life is searching for food, and this is what they see every day. Now, I want to be able to create my own form of art with these cave paintings as inspiration. And when I see these cave paintings with all these animals and figures, it makes me want to create a modern version where, what do we see every day now? We see transportation, we see people in connection with each other, and we see architecture. I want to be able to show all of these things myself while looking at what they did for their own inspiration. Now, I found something really special. I found a modern day cave. This cave is on a college campus where graffiti is legal. This whole tunnel is covered in art. And let's go ahead and check it out and add our own little addition. Hey there guys, we are here at the Free Expression Tunnel here at NC State. and I'm going to go ahead and create my own cave painting here on the wall. I've already prepped it. I've put a layer of gesso on here and a nice thin layer of black chalk paint so I have a toned surface to work with. So let's go ahead and jump in and get started. So here you can see I am blending the spray chalk into the wall so that I have a nice textured surface to work with. I'm now going in with a stencil that I've created for each of my figures. I'm going in with just plain white so I can see the silhouette of what I'm creating. And then I'm going back in with charcoal to bring out any features and outlines to really make these things pop. Now they were using things like pigment and they were spraying it through these reeds and straws, and that's where I'm getting this chalk spray from as an idea to use in this project. They were also creating these clay forms, kind of like crayons, to apply pigment using their hands, using a physical tool to draw directly onto the surface of their cave wall. Now they had very select colors. Back then they were using colors like ochre and deep earth reds and browns, black and white. But since I had the opportunity to use color, I went in and used every color of the rainbow to make it feel a lot more vibrant and happy. You can now see as I'm finishing up, I'm adding those final details, adding some extra color and texture, and really allowing myself to get into this project. I'm going back in with some more chalk spray to lighten things back up. And now we're done. So this is really fun, but also very interesting, being able to work on a surface very similar to the caves that they worked on, being able to understand just how rough this surface is and how hard it is to get that pigment on there. But just like they did, I wanted to portray basic, like, everyday life. How can I summarize what I experience life to be? So I chose very simple figures. I wanted to show architecture, transportation, and just the connection between humans. So that's what I wanted to show in the simplest form as I could get, very similar to how the cave painters did. So I finished my cave painting. Let's head back to the studio. So now we're back here from the Free Expression Tunnel, and to kind of close up, we're able to see how the old art supplies have changed over time. But even though supplies have changed and where we got our supplies from have changed, the art kind of remains. We're able to still communicate the same way that the cave paint artists did. We still instinctually choose to communicate by creating art on walls. And that really shows that there is a connection in art. I'm Michaela Westra, and this was The Evolution of Art Supplies. Thanks for joining me. Welcome. You guys are laughing. I also have to like hold on for dear life because I have to raise my legs.
Now that you're not swiveling, I don't think that you need to like brace for dear life like you're at a commercial or whatever it is. I'm trying to find the...
My arms don't go that far in this jacket.